Hare Krishna. Hello friends, how are you all doing? I hope you all are doing well. This is Ritendra, I am preacher of Bhagavad Gita. Today I am going to talk about Garuda Puran and types of marriage in our life and which are mentioned in Garuda Puran. But before I start my lecture, I would like to introduce Srimad Bhagavad Gita. I am having Srimad Bhagavad Gita as it is written by Sri Bhaktivedanta Srila Mahaprabhu from ISKCON temple, and I would say Srimad Bhagavad Gita is neither religious book nor spiritual book, but in true sense it pure book of the science and humanity. I am trying to propagate a humanity on the basis of Srimad Bhagavad Gita and trying to morally motivate to those people who are actually frustrated and attempted to commit suicide on the basis of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Let's start with Garuda Puran. I am having Garuda Puran. This is Garuda Puran. I am having Garuda Puran. Let's talk about types of marriage. Explaining the family life in chapter number 95 in Garuda Puran. The explaining of family life in chapter number 95 of Garuda Puran. Here Yajna Valakya continue to talk with Garuda, and here Yajna Valakya, he was a sage and he was talking about the family life regarding how to perform our virtues, how to perform good conduct, how to follow the law of virtue and law of conduct. A virtuous says, let us now talk about the living stage of the family. Studies get over and following life of virtue and self-regulation. How to follow the life of virtue and self-regulation? Then one should give apt offering the Guru Dakshina. Means if we start to follow the rules and regulation in our life and which opted from gurus, then we can offer Guru Dakshina to our gurus. Otherwise we don't have to offer Guru Dakshina to our gurus. Without learning from our guru, we don't have to offer. Without learning the lessons from our guru, like how to perform, how to follow the code of conduct and code of virtue and law of ethics, we can only learn from our guru. This is a Guru Shishya Parampara. And this Guru Shishya Parampara, it's all about Lord Vishnu was a guru and Garuda. Lord Sri Hari's Vahana, he was a student of or disciple of Sri Hari Vishnu. Take a guru's permission and leave to set on to next stage of life. Concluding the studentship is about studentship. Is student was a Garuda and guru was Lord Sri Hari Vishnu, Lord Sri Krishna. And how to perform, how to behave with our spouse, how to behave with our family members, all things are mentioned in this particular Garuda Purana. And about this is called about family lineage. And how to perform a marriage and what kind of gap we have to keep in between whenever we are going to decide the lineage or gotra. All the matches of a different lineage of family are fine. This is the most important. All the matches of different lineage of family. Listen it very carefully. All the matches of a different lineage of family are fine. But one from the 5 generation of mother side and 7 generation from father side are considered as the same family lineage. One from the 5 generation from mother side, 5 generation from mother side and 7 generation from father side are called similar or same family lineage. It is generically prudent to take a spouse of different lineage. It is generically in genetic science of Mendeleev, he proved that about genetics and many genetic theory he defined, and as per genetical theory, they are prudent to take a spouse from the different lineage. Good credential of last 5 generation on the parental side of the bride side and are advised. From the parental side, bride side 5 generation advice, and from the groom side there is a 7 generation advice, that is called noble order. It is mentioned in Garuda Purana. How to match, how to keep a match of both bride and groom, this is mentioned in Garuda Purana. How to perform a marriage, that is there's all things are mentioned in Garuda Purana. In Garuda Purana, it's about matching. Man himself take a birth from the womb of his wife. It is told, and a Brahmin could take a lady of any order to be his wife, A Kshatriya may take a Kshatriya or lady of commerce, order of family for Vaishya, and Vaishya has been advised to take a lady of his own vocational order, his own occupational order. And types of marriage are mentioned in Srimad Garuda Purana or Garuda Purana, and these types of marriage are mentioned in Srimad Bhagavad Gita or Bhagavatam. So let's start with types of marriage. Brahman marriage. This is Brahman marriage giving a once well adorned girl. In a Brahman marriage क्या होता है उसमें? Giving a one girl with adorned girl with a gold, adorned with a gold and gold jewelries and everything, and a girl to a man by inviting him alone. Only man will come and also take that adorned girl in his home. And this is the best type of marriage and auspicious for 21 generation of the both side. Auspicious of 21 generation from both side. Actually, in this marriage, the 21 generation are to be considered in order to match the bride and groom. This is a Brahman marriage. Then let's talk about Dev marriage or good providence marriage. And marry one's daughter to virtuous and well versed one with Vedas. And Dev marriage, well versed of the Vedas, well versed of Vedas means Hayam. The Vedic Hayams are pronounced in particular Veda or Vedic style marriage. That is called Dev marriage. And let's talk about Arsh marriage. Arsh marriage is all about the marry one's daughter in exchange of receiving a pair of cow and bull. The pair of cow and bull. And this type of marriage, it is good for 9 generation of two sides. It is good for 9 generation from two sides. When there is a 9 generation gap, 9 generation lineage, it is a good for two sides. When we talk about Prajapati marriage, in Prajapati marriage, to give a one daughter to groom, one's daughter to groom with a request to have a righteous bonding with her. If there is a not righteous bonding, then that is not called Prajapati marriage. And it is auspicious for the 13th generation of the two sides. It is very auspicious for the 13th generation from two sides. Then let's talk about Asur marriage. Asur marriage, when a groom gives a lot of wealth to the side of bride, give a lot of wealth to the side of bride, and in the exchange of the marrying her, it is in this category of marriage that is called alliance. This is called alliance when there is a dowry offered and lots of wealth give to the groom family in order to get married with a bride. This is called Asur marriage. This is called Asur marriage. Asur. This is not human marriage. To ask for the dowry, that is a illegally and punishable offense. Legally against the particular things, but not legally. It is against to the Vedas and as well as our Shastros, as well as our Garuda Purana, to ask to get a dowry from the bride side. Gandharva marriage. In Gandharva marriage performed by a man and lady. Listen it very carefully. Marriage performed by a man and lady by mutual consent. Listen it very carefully. Marriage performed by a man and lady with a mutual consent. Mutual consent. This is most important. When there is a mutual consent in bride and groom, this is called a Gandharva marriage. Let's talk about Rakshasa marriage. In Rakshasa marriage, to abduct a girl and then get married with her without her consent. That is called Rakshasa marriage. Without consent of marriage, without consent of particular girl to get married with a particular man, this is called Rakshasa marriage. And abduction of the girl, this is mentioned in Rakshasa marriage. When we talk about Pisach marriage is to forcibly take a girl without her will. This category most often the lady is taken away when she is not in her conscience. Pisach marriage. In Pisach marriage, the lady is taken away when she is not in conscious. This is called Pisach marriage. Unconscious. When the girl is unconscious and girl was taken away and girl aligns with a particular man, at that time this kind of particular marriage is called a Pisach marriage. when first four type of alliance can be had by all the classes of man, but Brahmins should not transgress this four. Gandharva and Rakshasa category are for a person of warrior class. Gandharva and Rakshasa for a person of warrior class, and Asur category could be adopted by the commerce order and last type and may be patronized by the people of service order. Patronized people of the service of order. Marriages are conducted following Vedic modality and process. Marriages are conducted by Vedic modality and process. And certain objects are used as the ceremony of uniting the bride. The ceremony of uniting a bride and groom is performed, and like when Kshatriya bride unites to the Brahmin groom, the groom has the arrow in his hand, and the bride also lays her hand upon that arrow. When a Vaishya girl marries a boy of Kshatriya order, then they together hold onto the lace. Father, grandfather, brother or cousin of the same family can perform the rite of giving the hand of the bride to the groom in the marriage ceremony. This is called Kanyadan. Kanyadan कौन कर सकते? Cousin brother, grandfather, father, brother or cousin brother, anybody can do it. This is mentioned in Garuda Puran. However, if no one is there to give her hand in the marriage to the groom, she can herself to go ahead with the observance of the rites. कन्या अपना कन्यादान खुद कर सकती है. This is mentioned in Garuda Puran. She can herself to go ahead with the observance of the rites. It is a good to duly perform all the laid down rites of wedding. Otherwise, the blame becomes upon the guardian of the bride. If some untoward happen post marriage, say the miscarriage, it should be striven by both sides that union of the marriage stays well and sound. This is mentioned in Garuda Purana. And further mentioned in Garuda Purana, a man of excessive sexual craving needs to be brought to the proper self-regulation. If that, however, does not work out, she should be effectively shunned by the family member, so that feeling of the self-remorse can set her to the repentances, and eventually she change her ways and seeing the negative aspect of her disposition. And it should be well born that reforming a person is in the order, not killing her. A wicked woman should be driven to the inner realization that her signing conducting is getting ruins for her concern. Most of the her moon gives a lady fairness and divine musicians Gandharvas good manner and good tones of speech, and fire god gives her merit of pity. What kind of gods are playing a vital role to give a fairness and beauty to the woman? Here, moon gives a lady fairness. The moon, the god moon, the demigod moon, which gives a fairness to the lady. And divine musicians Gandharvas, good manner. Divine musician Gandharva gives a good manner to the lady, and good tone of the speech. Good means manner as well as good tone of the speech, which one is given by Gandharva god. And fire god gives a merit of pity. Fire god is always giving the merit of pity. Pity, दया करना, वो fire god हमें अग्निदेव हमें देते हैं, वो lady को देते हैं. And let's talk about certain very improper alliances. When the alliance is improper, then what will happen? The very improper alliances like with a disciplines, including one of her husband, also warrant the same punishment, and also criminal act like killing the married person or adding or abetting a feticide or killing her family member, etc. A man should take another wife if his earlier one does such a things as so the excessive jealous and destroying the family wealth or killing the family esteem. Also, if she is perinically sick or fellow. This is mentioned in Garuda Puran. How to kill, what kind of punishments are entitled. Salomoni punishment is entitled to the adultery man as well as woman, in which Yamduts or the servant of Yamas, God Yamas, who put a trisulas or trident in the ass or genital of particular adultery person in the hell. This is called ceremony hell. From the first day of the stoppage of the menses, the woman fertility period start. Looking for the progeny, a man should be with his wife. When the menses stop, when the pregnancy start, man should be with his wife. Man should be with his wife because his wife is pregnant, and in a pregnancy he has to take care of everything. This is mentioned in Garuda Puran. And during the fertility period, and don't impregnate the spouse on the pious day and first 4 days after the menses, as with that you may not beget most noble progeny. This is the most noble progeny in order to take care of woman at the time of pregnancy. When pregnancy start, when menses stop, and once we come to know about the particular woman is pregnant or my wife is pregnant, I have to be with my wife. This is mentioned in Garuda Puran. If I won't be with my wife, then I will make a biggest crime or biggest sin in my life. A husband should be a stronger disposition than wife. This is most important. A husband should be of a strong dispositions than the wife. Then you beget a better offspring. Then you beget better offspring. Observing the foregoing, one can get a handsome, noble, healthy, and well-doing son. One can get a handsome, noble, healthy, and well-doing son. Man can also have a sex contact with his wife only. Man can also have a sex contact with his wife only for the pleasure's sake on the other days. For having a good fulfillment, it is implied that a man should provide for a good comfort and protection of his wife in all the respect. Man should provide a good comfort and protection of his wife in all aspect. As Indra gave a boon, listen it very carefully. As Indra gave a boon to the ladies, one may have an intimate contact with the ladies as per their will. Ensure also that peace of his own family is not jeopardized. Peace of his family not jeopardized. Housewives should well provisionate and protect the household, affect the family, remaining the cheery mood, and should spend with a good thrift and provide a good respect and honor to the elder of in-laws, family affection unto all the generally. When husband is away to another town, don't over-add on. Neither it is advised to take outdoors idly. This is when husband is away to the another town, don't over-add on. You don't have to over-add on. You have to put only regular ornaments on your body. You don't have to over-add on. This is mentioned in Garuda Puran. Some other means of protection have to be sought if the foregoing were not available, and sometime or some stage. For all more so for ladies, it is not prudent to spend the time idly, or don't be idle, and find occupancy of one kind or another. Otherwise, the mind goes high, and junior wife is not very merited for undertaking religious rites, etc. This is mentioned in Garuda Puran. Junior wife. So this is all about the types of marriage and how to perform, how to behave a wife with husband and husband with a wife, and what kind of punishment is given for adultery or ceremony hell. This is mentioned in Garuda Puran. So thank you so much. If you are having any question, any doubt, then please kindly put a comment. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Radhe Radhe.